Welcome back to Game Awards Part 2 Analysis. I was trying to think of a kind of a clever title for these, but it's kind of hard to think of a clever title. So let's roll with that. Alright, so pretty much I went to a analysis of E3, what games are coming to PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium in December 19, what games are leaving on PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium on January 16th, don't call me on that, 2024. And now we're on basically the last few trailers that I enjoyed the crap out of Game Awards 2023. And the last few trailers are not part of Game Awards 2023, but they were trailers that stood out to me recently. Like they just came out and they just blew my freaking mind. So, let's get to the next trailer. Lost Records. And to actually do the real title, Lost Records, Bloom and Rage. So, categories is narrative adventure, choices matter, female leads. And this is coming out in late 2024. These are the people who are basically the creative minds. I'm on the main website. It is literally, they're saying is Lost Records, Bloom and Rage is a narrative adventure from the creative minds behind Life is Strange. And if you remember Life is Strange, then you know what you're in for. Pretty much 90s reference, and I gave that a 9 out of 10. And it's basically 90s adventure, so I pretty much am very much aware about the 90s, so this is kind of my bread and butter. But the fact is, they are basically doing timelines. I could tell that, like, many time skips. And they're kind of taking cues from it. You know, just it. Like, maybe it chapter 2? Or just it, just in general. And it got me intrigued. I like pretty much I like that Life is Strange has their certain artistic styles, so it works for it. Like the 90s vibes that they're going for, and I love that. What else do I enjoy the crap out of that trailer? The music was pretty top notch. I like the tone that they're going for, and the story looks intriguing. So there's that. So it might actually do well. It might not be the best, but I am intrigued. I'm intrigued. Moving on. Now this one is basically Souls-like, but it's actually, yeah, it's Souls-like, but it won me over. I was actually pretty surprised on this one. It gets a 9 out of 10, but it surprised me. I was not expected to be a surprise. Huh. Oh, and this is another interesting one. Okay, so according to Google, the first Berserker, Kazan. I probably butchered the name. I know I did. 9 out of 10. But maybe it's just the fact that I wanted more, but we didn't get a whole lot. It was short. Maybe that's what it was. It was short but sweet. So, the first Berserker is a single-player action RPG, very accurate, set in the DNF universe. Wait, like DNF Duel? Then I freaking love it. Oh yes, I enjoyed the crap out of DNF Duel, and the fact that we're getting kind of backstory and lore of this is kind of very much surprising. I feel like the main character, was based on the Blood character. I forgot his name in DNF Duel, but he looked freaking crazy and it was awesome. But it's Souls-like. I love the Souls-like combat. That's one thing. The art style is actually pretty freaking great. It reminded me of Berserk, the 3D, but better. There's that. The story, there's nothing about the story yet, so we have to wait definitely later to see what we get from it. But yeah, I extremely loved the Souls-like combat that we got from it, and the presentation was pretty top-notch too. I'm intrigued. I low-key hope it does well. If it's going for Souls-like only. Yeah, excited. Very excited of what we are getting from it. Okay, so other theme. Let's see what's the other trailer I enjoyed. And I'm actually googling this one too because I remember it, but it wasn't like a standout for me. Okay, so yeah, the pretty much last Centennial. Now, don't get me wrong, the CGI trailer that we got from it was pretty freaking great. I enjoyed the cinematography, the graphics that we got for it, but it's a CGI trailer. So why is it not like something that I'm excited, but we need to see the gameplay because it was a CGI trailer, and so my expectation is low on this one, and it could end up sucking. 8 out of 10. It's because there's virtually no gameplay, and it has an interesting atmosphere and setting, but you didn't show us gameplay. So that's it's kind of like doing a Cyberpunk 2077, but we don't know what we're getting because there's no gameplay. And as a result, we got nothing to base this on. We don't know what we're getting, and it's it had some pretty sick CGI action, but that's all we got. So it was doing like quality over quantity. I want to see the quantity before I actually give a full assumption of what it's going to be. If it's going to be good, if it's going to be bad, I don't know. But it got my interest, so there's that. 8 out of 10. Alright, so they brought Valentine back, so 10 out of 10. Guilty Gear Strive, the DLC character. I think her name is Outfit. I probably butchered it, but Valentine. She was in Guilty Gear Sign. I think that was her debut, or maybe it was Revenant. Was it Revenant? Whoever's a Guilty Gear fan, you guys can definitely correct me because even I don't know. But that trailer was a 10 out of 10. Gosh, that animation was top notch. That's the one thing about Guilty Gear Strive. Hope it comes to PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium. Along with the other Guilty Gear games. I gotta finish those playlists. But what we got in terms of the trailer was just pure anime perfection. 10 out of 10. I like how Valentine looked in this one. Basically, it was so fluid in terms of the animation. Strive knows what they're doing with the animation. Arc System works. Keep doing games like that. But her gameplay variety was fantastic. Art style was fantastic. The visuals were crazy, crazy, crazy good. Let's get crazy! Yeah. So, yeah, 10 out of 10. Enough said. It's enough said. It was such a triumph. I enjoyed it so much. Now, we'll get into the last trailers. Final Fantasy 16 DLC. I know it's a controversial Final Fantasy, but for the demo I played, and I hope it comes to PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium too, Final Fantasy 16, it looks freaking awesome. I enjoyed the crap out of it. But, DLC, 9 out of 10. We need to see more of it. We didn't get a whole lot of it, but for the potential we got, I enjoyed it. I think there were some definitely story spoilers, definitely some story spoilers, and I'm gonna try my best to forget about it because I haven't even played the base game, so I probably am into spoiler territory. But the new gameplay challenges and kind of like the new dungeons that we get to explore, that seems like the price of admission that I'm intrigued. It might be short, but I feel like we're gonna get some challenging bosses, really cool weapons, and it's basically coming out pretty soon. I think it is already out. Is it? I am not sure. I kind of wish they did a free update, kind of like God of War Ragnarok DLC. I think God of War Ragnarok DLC absolutely trumps and pretty much beats Final Fantasy 16 DLC any day because it's a free update. And I think that's a pretty smart move. Final Fantasy 16 is going to charge for their DLC. But it's Final Fantasy 16, so I think it's worth the price mission. I'm kind of curious myself. I will do my best to stay away from pretty much story spoilers because I still haven't finished the base game. But for the cinematography to kind of like the story intrigue, it's pretty much the dungeons that you're coming for and the bosses you're getting. That's enough that I'm biased with Final Fantasy, and I know it. 9 out of 10. So I'm excited what they'll do with it. And it's kind of interesting because I think they were called the creative third build or creative build. I'll have to look it up because I know I butchered it. Well, they're disbanded. So, yeah, it's kind of sucks that they disbanded before we could get the second DLC. I guess the sales for Final Fantasy 16 were not that strong that they disbanded it, or maybe it was a personal choice. It actually sucks because I like what they gave us. I guess other people did not. Well, moving on. And I think this was the next to last trailer because we're going to talk about it. And I love that we're doing it. I don't know if it's a sequel or if it's its own thing. I had to ask my friend if it is its sequel to Monster Hunter World. Monster Hunter Wilds. I loved it. 10 out of 10. I might be biased also because of Monster Hunter, but it's getting a 10 out of 10. It's getting a 10 out of 10. I like the tone. I like the setting. I like how it led up to basically Monster World. I like that it basically Monster World. Did I say Monster World? Monster Hunter Wilds. I liked the whole kind of setup. I liked the transition. I liked everything about the trailer. There's nothing wasted. It built up to a triumphant, perfect music. The music was gorgeous too. Yeah, Monster Hunter Wilds was such a great delight. If it's a sequel to Monster Hunter World, I'm all for it. But if it's not, I love the presentation. We're gonna have to wait a freaking long time though. 2025 for Monster Hunter Wilds. Yeah, it's gonna be a while, but I loved what we got for it. I expect a trailer for it next year. Absolutely respect the trailer and the release date. It doesn't look like fully done, but for what we got, it looks very open world. I'm not saying that Monster Hunter World was an open world too, but it looks like a huge world. I even like the world that we're inhabiting. And that's it. 10 out of 10. Excited. Waiting for it. Okay, so of course I gotta talk about it, and it was my favorite trailer. It was Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Absolutely, 10 out of 10. Absolutely 10 out of 10. 20 out of 10. It was my favorite trailer. Enough said. What was great about that trailer? What wasn't great about that trailer? What wasn't great about it? The fact that we got to see more gameplay of basically it's Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's just more expanded because you have more characters to play. The fact that you play Yuffie again and Cat Sif sucks that you can't play Vincent Valentine or Sid Highwind. Of course, I am a Final Fantasy fan. Of course, I know Final Fantasy VII. I grew up with it. I have played the crap out of it. Oh, I am very much aware. But just the story that it doesn't give you everything. The story breadcrumbs that we got from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I'm excited because I of course finished Final Fantasy VII Remake and Final Fantasy VII Intermission. Didn't like Intermission that much, but I know what I liked about it. But I love Final Fantasy VII Remake. I was all about that. So the story implication and breadcrumbs that we get from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, the fact that Jesse is alive in this, I'm establishing it. I had theories about it. You can watch my Final Fantasy VII Remake theories of what they're going to do in Rebirth. I'm calling it. I think they're going to kill Aerith, or they're going to kill a major character that we were not expecting. I think they're going to have the balls to do something that I am not expecting. I'm excited. Story breadcrumbs are perfect. There's no promises to keep San from the lady from The Greatest Showman. I think I know her. That song is perfect. It was gorgeous, and it was absolutely great. The cinematography and graphics are top notch. The voice acting is top notch. What we are getting from basically Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, because if you play Final Fantasy the original one, and that ending shot of basically Aerith's death scene at the Forgotten City, I'm sorry if it's a spoiler, but if you haven't seen Aerith's death from the original Final Fantasy VII, or you haven't seen any Reddit ones, you're in a major story spell. Yeah, Aerith freaking dies from Sephiroth. Aerith is killed by Sephiroth. I'm sorry if I'm spoiler alert. That's some spoiler alert, but I think we have played Final Fantasy VII, like original Final Fantasy VII, or I feel like my audience would know the original Final Fantasy VII. But yeah, they have heavily foreshadowed basically Aerith's death. The developers even says that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is the Empire Strikes Back, and it shows. If they end it like that, or they kill Zack, or something happens, I'm just too excited. It's a 20 out of 10. I love it. I actually love it. So from the music, yeah, there's just nothing that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth can't do. Right? Everything that they've been giving us for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, from the teaser trailer to what we're getting now, and it comes out next year. So I'm excited. 20 out of 10. 20 out of 10, but really 10 out of 10 to be objective. Alright, so what was my favorite? Okay, what was my favorite trailers of Game Awards 2023? Well, we'll make it simple. Here's my top 5. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth obviously is my favorite one. It is my favorite one, and no one can convince me otherwise. Pretty much OD from Hideo Kojima. Yes, overdose. Don't do drugs, kids. Please, please, please. Just leave that alone. But yeah, OD. It was just so outlandish. That was my second favorite. Uh, yeah, God of War Ragnarok DLC because it released and it looked awesome. That was my third favorite. Let's see, what else was pretty much my fourth favorite to kind of really hammer it home? Yeah, pretty much Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. Everything what we got for Hellblade 2, the squinty eye lady from the very teaser trailer, and now we have a release date. Yeah, it's my fourth. And the last one that deserves a 10 out of 10, but it was my favorite trailer, and I can keep watching it over and over again. I was gonna say Tales of Kenzira Zao, but it's not that. I respect that trailer, but it's not that. The Sega Project. Just the fact that we're getting pretty much updates of Jet Set Radio, Shinobi. Well, that was weird. Well, anyway, yeah, pretty much the Sega Project. I'm gonna keep calling it that until we can call it anything else. But yeah, that was basically a 10 out of 10. So yeah, those are my top 5, and I'm not changing my mind until they officially come out. But I can there establish Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is my most anticipated title, and it comes out February of next year. I'm going to do my best to not spoil it. I am absolutely going to do my best to not spoil it. If we get an opportunity to play it, if we get an opportunity to play on PlayStation Plus Premium and Extra, I am jumping right to it and I'm absolutely playing it. There you go. Now, let's talk about the 3 trailers that came out during the Game Awards or pretty recently that I absolutely enjoyed the crap of. So we're gonna acknowledge Tekken 8 came out, and of course Yoshimitsu, and we got a proper story trailer, 10 out of 10 for both. Divine Justice is so freaking cool for Yoshimitsu. I like Yoshimitsu. There's a reason why he's fan favorite. All the kind of the gameplay that we got, and because Tekken 8 has been delivering solid character gameplay trailers. They can't do wrong. I love seeing them every time. It's building my excitement when the game comes out next year. Also, Tekken was smart. They could have came out this year, but Street Fighter 6 came out and Mortal Kombat 1. Mortal Kombat 1 might not have been the best fighting game, but man, you were going to be competing with Street Fighter 6, and Tekken knows Street Fighter 6 was not screwing around, and they were bringing their A game, and it shows. But the fact that Tekken 8 is also bringing their A game, yes, I'm going to say it like that. I'm excited about what we're getting with Tekken 8, especially Yoshimitsu trailer. We don't have a lot of character trailers to do anymore. They just keep them coming until you can't do it anymore. If the story trailer that we got, and the story trailer was 10 out of 10, I like that June is part of the Tekken canon story again. I just like that June is back. We haven't seen her since Taken 2. She's a pivotal character, and it really shows in the trailer. I like that we got her. I like that we got short cutscene, but it was straight to the point. I like that Kazuya is a total beast and a badass. I just liked all the scenes with Kazuya. He's pretty much a Chad, and it freaking shows. I like what we saw with Jen. I like what we saw with the supporting characters. It's a much better story. The story has completely gone to overdrive and 100 and no, 200%. It slaps. Tekken 8's story slaps compared to Tekken 7. You could see that the budget, they are really going all out on this story. I hope it delivers. And guess what? The demo came out yesterday. Wait. Yes, it did. It came out yesterday. You best believe I'm going to cover the demo. You best believe. I've been waiting for Tekken 8. I knew there was going to be a Tekken 8. I freaking called it in my Tekken 7 playlist that there was going to be a Tekken 8. And I'm hyped. I'm so hyped. I hope it does extremely well. They're going all out. I hope it does well. I hope it's the best fighting game of 2024. It will be. We all know it. Tekken 8. Yeah. And also, I love that Tekken 8's story trailer. What I loved about it is its tone. It is going 200%. I enjoyed every single moment of Tekken 8. It just felt like no moment was wasted. So, of course, I'm going to immediately, when I get a chance, I'm going to go ahead and play the Tekken 8 demo. Why? It's Tekken. It's basically, I grew up with Tekken 3. Tekken 3 was my first Tekken game, and it's been a ride. If this is going to be the end of the Mishima saga, what a freaking ride. And if they do a Tekken 9, which they're going to do it because of money, where will the series go? I feel like they're going to kill off, I hope they don't kill off Jan. Jan is one of my fan favorites. Please don't do it. You're going to kill off Kazuya. It makes sense. It really hurt when they killed off Hachi. I was surprised to kill Hachi. Spoiler alert, I'm sorry, but Hachi, they even established Hachi died in Tekken 7. Like, he is dead. He's not coming back like other Tekkens. No, Hachi is straight up dead. Yeah, man, it was a chilling, but really freaking awesome Tekken 8 trailer. I'm excited. And that's enough about that. Alright, did I pretty much go fanboy? Yep, 22 minutes. Time to finish this out. Okay, the other trailer that surprised me, that even I was surprised of the emotional maturity that they handled it. And I'm sorry if my voice sounds melancholy, but I was pleasantly and very, it was so bittersweet that it should have been. Yakuza Infinite Wealth. Find out Kazuya has cancer. I don't know if it was a spoiler from the previous game or if it was even a knowledge, but Kazuya has cancer, and not Kazuya, I'm sorry. Kazuma, Kiryu, the Dragon of Dojima, and I know I probably butchered the name, but the guy has cancer. The story bucket list trailer is such great cinematography. It is. I'm gonna miss the guy. I play a few Yakuza games, not fully, but man, I am dedicated now. Just the fact, was this a story spoiler of the man who erased his name? I don't know if they spoiled it or not. I don't know if I spoiled that. I hope I didn't. If that was the biggest story spoiler of that, man, that's just, it set the tone of Infinite Wealth, because Infinite Wealth before was showing a naked Akiba Ichi. I think it was Ichiban. Oh, I know I mispronounced it, but yeah, the whole setup for Infinite Wealth was just to show us that basically you're going to be in Hawaii, you're going to do some wacky stuff in classic Yakuza. But this did complete 360. It's a somber, it's a swan song. He's going to die. It's Kazuma is going to die, and it's going to be a tearjerker, and we all know it. It's such a complete 360 of, and contradicts of the fun nature we're going to have with Ichi. I'm going to call him Ichi because I don't know if it's Ichiban, and I'm probably mispronouncing it. But it just sets the tone that this is basically Kazuma Kiryu's last outing, and it will feel fitting. I just can't believe they're going for that. It's just, they handle it with such great emotional maturity. But what I also liked about the trailer, great emotional maturity of a fan favorite character who, if this is going to be his last one song, man, they're doing it well. Too well. Way too well. So from and I don't know how to feel about Kazuma Kiru's voice yet with his English dub. It's weird to have him as English dub because I'm so used to him as Japanese sub because Japanese sub guy blows it out of water. If you're gonna hear Kazuma Kiru's voice, I prefer sub. I think the sub actor puts his A performance, and you can tell he has fun in the role, and he defined the role. Without the guy who plays the Japanese sub, he is Kazuma Kiru. It's his best role, and that's it. So apart from that, I think the dub is pretty solid. I don't think it's the best, but I think it's solid. But all the activities that we do from that, the somber tell, the basically cinematography, basically the callbacks from previous Yakuzas. I know the Yakuza fans who played the Yakuza as Kazuma Kiru over the years. Yeah, I feel like you're gonna get a treat. I think you're gonna get a highlight from this. Enough said. It's a 10 out of 10. It was an unexpected. The fact that they said that he had cancer, because I just don't see it happen to him. He's such a strong character, a great character, but he's human. And just the fact he's going out like that, it's one of the saddest trailers I've seen so far recently. Yeah, it's a 10 out of 10, but 20 out of 10. Definitely one of my favorite ones. Yeah, Dragon of Dojima, you will be missed. Man, even my brother, I feel like it would hit him too because we grew up with Yakuza series too. It's just it's gonna be weird without him because we're so used to him. And that's it. Okay, and the last trailer. Pardon me a minute. Okay, I'm back. And of course, we gotta talk about Grand Theft Auto 6, right? Oh gosh, is it my favorite trailer? It is. It's a tie. It's a tie with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. But yeah, Grand Theft Auto 6. Even I was expecting it. You know how we got Grand Theft Auto 6 early than we should have? Because of leaks. Man, leaks really suck, doesn't it? Someone leaked the trailer, and it was probably accurate. But now that Rockstar, and I feel bad for Rockstar. Not too bad, because come on, let's face it, I think they're in the billions, and and they they have nothing to worry about. Their game is gonna make money. Let's face it, their game is gonna make money. But because of the leaks of that trailer, and then even when it got removed, pretty much Rockstar was like, you know what? Screw it. I was like, our footage got leaked, so let's just roll with it, and let's actually go ahead. Here's our trailer. Because, it got leaked, but here's what we wanted to actually show you. And that was a smart move of Rockstar. That was such a smart move. Because if you're going to basically face the heat of a leak and you just can't prevent it, you might as well show your product. Even if it's not finished, you might as well. People loved it. People absolutely loved it, including myself. What I took away from the trailer, twerkers. Twerking. Yeah. Twerking. What else did I take from the trailer? So besides that, basically a Karen with two hammers, a crocodile, the Joker killer who was kill people in the Dark Knight Rises screening, a naked old man, crocodiles, basically a model swinging her hair to show basically the graphic fidelity of the trailer. What else can I tell you about Grand Theft Auto? Also, I'm not gonna play the song because copyright and all that. But of course, we gotta acknowledge the perfect song for that trailer. "Love Is a Long Road." It's a perfect song by Tom Petty. I could not. Yeah, Rockstar, you picked the perfect song that people are gonna obviously download from Spotify. Perfect song for a perfect trailer. It's not just basically the graphics, it's not the graphics, the technical graphics that's perfect. The cinematography, what we got with the Bonnie and Clyde characters that we don't really know yet, we were aware. We knew what characters we were getting because of interviews, behind the scenes, but we didn't know. No, we really didn't know what we were getting. And my gosh, it was such a delight, and it shows with everybody. Alright, I'll be right back, and then we'll conclude this video. Okay, now to conclude this video. Thank you for being patient. So yeah, I know you're talking about the Grand Theft Auto 6, and I think a lot of people's reactions that I've seen on YouTube video about Grand Theft Auto 6, yes, they're perfect. They're how I am reacting to. It's just that it's gorgeous with the graphics, and it has the perfect setting. We're going back to Vice City again because of Grand Theft Auto Vice City. We're going back. We're going back to Miami, but in modern time. It really works. And that Tom Petty song really works too. It's in a tie with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, but man, if I had to pick one, yeah, it's Grand Theft Auto 6 all the way. It's just not just the pretty much the graphics. Everything was just great. Rockstar knows what they're doing. They have aged like fine wine, and it shows in the trailer. I would not have done anything different with that trailer. It is the best trailer of 2023, and I know it, and I hate to say it because I enjoy the crap out of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Believe me, it was hard to pick that one. But if we exclude that from the Game Awards and the game trailers that I've seen recently, oh yes, so I'm sorry, Grand Theft Auto 6 all the way in terms of trailer. But if we have to focus on the Game Awards, I already listed off my top 5. But if I had to pick my favorite trailer, it's Grand Theft Auto 6. Darn it, and I hate that I have to pick it. Because there was love and care that went to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth's trailer. Don't get me wrong, but man, Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer is a next level. It's next level, Chad. It's a next level. Yeah, by the time I'm talking about this, I absolutely want to watch that trailer again because it's such a great trailer. It's absolutely. Sadly, we have to wait 2025. And it will get delayed, and I know it will. It sucks that we have to wait that long, but Rockstar, you can take all the time you want, because let's face it, you made Red Dead Redemption 2, Grand Theft Auto 5, Grand Theft Auto 4, and the list goes on. And Eleanor. Wait, did I do Eleanor? Not sure. Yeah, but Rockstar has proven time and time after again, and Max Payne 3, that they excel in their craft, and they can take all the time they want, and their game is going to sell very much well. Okay, so that is it. That is all the trailers of the Game Awards. I know it was a long list, and it's weird that I had to do a part 2. Of course, you can hit that like, comment, and subscribe. Do you like that format that I took? Or do you guys prefer me just doing walkthroughs and playthroughs? Well, I try to do something different. So the next video is also going to be unique too. It's going to be kind of like a collaboration, and I hope you guys like that one too. But you can of course leave a like, comment, or subscribe. What was your favorite Game Awards of 2023, or what was your favorite 2023 trailer this year? let's face it, it's gonna be Grand Theft Auto 6. I know you guys know. You're gonna pick Grand Theft Auto 6. I know for a fact you're gonna pick Grand Theft Auto 6. Because even I'm saying Grand Theft Auto 6. But, of course, have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and stay tuned for more content. Wow, I like that. I might keep that phrase from now on. You guys can let me know. Anyway.